You know, Lost Tribes is a beautiful collection of work. It's my most realised section of work. There's 18 pieces, which obviously I'm fascinated with 8 and 1, 9, the number 9. Never quite getting there, but always trying to search for that perfect number. And I wanted to do some really outstanding work. Because I always get images from, like, you know, from poster art and different graffiti pieces and stuff. And now in a world where technology is taken over and you can literally cut and paste and shove an image up and it's kind of yours, I'm an artist. I sometimes feel it's for what technology is around, there's kind of a lot more you can do with that. Like, I remember the emotion what I was feeling, whether it was This Is a Bad, it was driving through Heath Town in the middle of the night, just really fucking angry and just, you know what I mean, probably coming down off some mad high, and it was dark and the lights were out and you're driving into an estate and you're thinking, this is the bad, you know, this is, you know, it just sets me into that environment where something like Sea of Tears, it was leaving Miami, and having to leave Miami, I used to wake up and drive down, the equivalent of driving from, I guess, you know, central London to Brighton and sitting on the fucking beach and watching the sun come up, which I used to do a lot. And then, you know, write your name in big letters in the sand and thinking, that's my name. And then realising through a letter from my mum that I had to go back because she wanted me to help her bury my stepdad. So Sea of Tears, there's a real big story behind it. Because I recorded that scene not knowing why I'm recording it. I was always recording stuff for some fucking mad reason. And maybe subconsciously in some Freudian way, knowing that it'd be used for something. I was with my wife and I was at the Barbican listening to Wynton Marsalis's big band. And big fan of Wynton Marsalis and what he's done as a musician and an arranger and a composer. And Cleveland Watkins, who was on a few tracks of mine, especially Adrift, was a guy that I really respect and love. Came from the jazz world, came from Jazz Messengers and all this other stuff. And he was doing some stuff for him, for his band, and it came on and it was a guest. And then he came off and sat down, and then Wynton Marsalis introduced his piece of music. And Joe Staveley got up, or Joe Tapley I think it is, and performed a piece on an oboe called Single Petal of a Rose. And I'm like, what? I turned to my wife, what is this piece of music? Just being so moved by a piece of music and coming from the world that I come from. Of course it's alien to me, but I've got an open mind with music. Because let's face it, I'm not that fucking, I haven't done that much, you know. You talk about people that have really written music, you know, people that have really been my heroes. You think about Miles Davis and Metheny, you think about, you know, even you think about some of these artists that I think are prolific. We're just the, you know, products of the synthetic generation for me, really. And, you know, my work is by no means the best work. I just think that it speaks the truth from my point of view. And that's what I find really interesting. And really being able to speak about it in this way as opposed to just blowing smoke at me on arse, as far as what I found that I look at interviews that I've done, it was always about protecting the music and being really aggy about it. And it's just, you know, I can't really blame myself for that, but I really think that I wouldn't be on this beautiful train. I got on this train and looked at all of these unbelievable artists that inspired me, like Shut Up and Dance and Homeboy Hippie and Funky Dread, Enjoy, Shades of Rhythm, Prodigy, you know, Miles Davis, fucking Gorecki, Beethoven, you know, Human League, Stranglers, you know, all of it for me. And then you look forward on the train and you think, there's a few empty seats, man. I want to sit in one of them fucking seats, and I want to ride this fucking train, man. You know what I mean? And I think thinking of people like Kevin Saunderson was a massive influence on my musical career, and Derek May, you know, I mean, and I think that when people turn around and go, you know, oh, he's, you know, this guy invented drum and bass music. No, we all get on a train. That's what culture does. It overlaps, it entwines, it moves forward. There's no man is an island, and that's what I liked about that culture.